Some missing person cases are mysterious because there are no witnesses. Others are mysterious because there are no clues. But the disappearance of Mitrice Richardson is different, because investigators know exactly where she was last seen. And that's what makes this case so unsettling. September 17, 2009, Los Angeles County, California. 24-year-old Mitrice Richardson was described as intelligent, creative, and full of potential. A former honors student, she had recently been acting in ways that worried some of the people closest to her. Family members reportedly noticed unusual behavior and feared she might have been experiencing a mental health crisis. On the evening of September 16th, Mitrice drove to Jeffrey's, a restaurant in Malibu. According to reports, her behavior inside the restaurant alarmed staff and customers. Witnesses said she made unusual statements and appeared disoriented. Eventually, deputies from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department were called. Mitrice was arrested on minor charges related to unpaid restaurant expenses and possession of a small amount of marijuana. At first, it seemed like a situation that would be resolved quickly. But what happened next would become the center of a controversy that continues to this day. Mitrice was taken to the Lost Hills Sheriff's Station. During the night, her mother reportedly contacted authorities and expressed concern about her daughter's mental state. Yet despite those concerns, Mitrice was released from custody shortly after midnight. And here's the detail that has haunted this case for years. She was released alone after midnight, without a car, without a phone, and in an unfamiliar area near the Santa Monica Mountains. Imagine stepping out into darkness with no transportation, no clear destination, and no way to contact anyone. That was the last confirmed moment Mitrice Richardson was seen alive. When she failed to return home, her family became increasingly alarmed. Search efforts began. Volunteers, investigators, and community members combed the rugged terrain surrounding Malibu and the Santa Monica Mountains. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. But there was no sign of Mitrice. Then, nearly a year later, hikers discovered human remains in a remote canyon area of the Santa Monica Mountains. The remains were later identified as Mitrice Richardson. For her family, the discovery brought heartbreak, but not closure. Instead, it raised even more questions. How did she end up in such a remote location? How long had she been there? And could anything have been done to prevent her death? Those questions have fueled years of debate and criticism. Many people have questioned the decision to release a vulnerable young woman into a dark, unfamiliar area in the middle of the night. Others have focused on gaps in the investigation and the circumstances surrounding the discovery of her remains. Despite extensive reviews and public scrutiny, the full story of Mitrice Richardson's final hours has never been completely understood. And perhaps that's why this case continues to resonate with so many people, because it forces us to confront difficult questions about mental health, public safety, and the responsibilities of those who encounter vulnerable individuals in crisis. Mitrice Richardson was more than a mystery. She was a daughter, a friend, and a young woman whose life ended far too soon. And even today, many believe there are still unanswered questions surrounding the events of that night in Malibu. Before we end this investigation, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Do you believe Mitrice Richardson's disappearance could have been prevented? And what questions about this case stand out to you the most? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more real missing person investigations, unsolved mysteries, and true crime documentaries. Because every missing person has a story, and every story deserves to be remembered.